the United States of America has conducted an operation which has seen to the death of ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. This happened, I believe it happened last night. I'm not all too sure about time zones and everything like that. Those things confuse me. But Donald Trump, the President of the United States, came out at 9 o'clock in the morning today on Sunday saying that Baghdadi has been killed, or he killed himself. He blew himself up. He was on the run. American soldiers were coming after him, and he took his children, and he was hiding behind his children. And when he knew that it was all over, he blew himself up, and the tunnel that he was running in must have caved in on him. Donald Trump saying that al-Baghdadi was whimpering and crying and all this sort of thing. I mean, whether that's true or not, I mean, for somebody who is planning, somebody who would be planning to join a group like ISIS or Al Qaeda, when you're a Muslim out there or Islamic person out there, and you're thinking of joining a group like this, it seems funny that these leaders of these terrorist organizations, when they're about to die, when the Americans come after them, they're hiding behind people. It's like Osama was hiding behind his wife before he was killed, and then al-Baghdadi is hiding behind his children, which is even worse. And then they end up getting killed. So it's like, if you're going to join a terrorist organization, I would suggest vetting the leader. I mean, you say to the leader, hey, brother, are you going to kill yourself? Or, well, look, okay, killing yourself is one thing. You don't want to be kidnapped alive. But are you going to hide behind your wife and your kids when you're about to die? Or are you going to die like a man? Or are you going to just kill yourself? I mean, what is this? I mean, who would want to join ISIS now? I mean, who would want to join an organization where the founder and the leader had to hide behind his little kids, his little babies, and kill them along with himself because the Americans are going to kill him? Just get the Americans to kill you, man. I mean, you want that to go down as your reputation? The leader of this supposedly tough organization, he died hiding behind his little babies? I mean, who in their right mind with any respect of themselves would want to join ISIS now? But what does this mean for the world? Well, ISIS is by no means defeated. Just like, when it comes to ideologies and groups, people will always think what they want to think. As long as there's people in the world, just like Hitler's been dead, dusted for years now, and there are still neo-Nazis out there. Just like Osama has been dead, and there are still people who like Al Qaeda. Al-Baghdadi is dead, but I'm sure certainly there are still going to be people out there who will join ISIS and who will do things in the name of ISIS. And in fact, I would even say that we're probably in even more danger now than we've ever been, because these people, you've just humiliated them, and you've just exposed their leader as a coward who hides behind his children. I mean, I believe it. I mean, the Americans, maybe they're lying, but, you're saying this, and now he's humiliated like this. They're going to want to look tough again. Whoever is the few remaining people who are there, they're going to want to say, hey, don't think we're a bunch of pussies. We're going to prove ourselves not to be pussies. And the thing with ISIS is they're worse than Osama. Osama would go after big important things like buildings and government buildings and World Trade Center, White House, try to kill the president, all that sort of thing. ISIS, they want to intimidate the people. So Osama wanted to instill fear in the governments of the West, and ISIS wants to instill fear in the people of the West. So Osama's enemy is the United States of America itself. ISIS just wants to attack the American people and the people of Europe in those individual countries. So they go into nightclubs, they go into homosexual clubs, they go on the street, street festivals, run people over. They'll go into the club, shoot people up. They'll do those little things. Osama will fly a plane in a building, try to fly it in the Pentagon. And that's why you never heard a lot of, you did, Osama was responsible for the World Trade Center bombing attack, first bombing and then destroying it. Osama destroyed the embassies in Kenya, American embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, attacked the USS Cole, attacked the Pentagon, bombed up the subway in London, bombed up the subway in Spain and Madrid. That's what Osama would go after. ISIS goes into nightclubs. ISIS goes into street festivals. ISIS will go after people in movie theaters. So they're going after average everyday people. Osama was angry at the country of the United States of America and all the different countries that support them. ISIS just wants to go after the people. Even Canadians aren't immune from ISIS. I mean, our parliament was shot up by a guy who's did it on behalf of ISIS. So here's my thing, is that I would say ISIS is probably more hot-headed and more dangerous than ever before. Because even if you kill the leader, and even though ISIS doesn't really have any land anymore, there is no Islamic State of Iraq and Syria and the Levant. They don't have much land. They don't have much assets. They're humiliated all over the world. People are laughing at them. Their leader's a coward who hides behind children. They are at a point now where they're cornered, and a cornered fox is more dangerous than a lion. That's how the saying goes. A cornered fox, a cornered kitty cat is more dangerous than a lion. And ISIS is ready to tear people apart. So I would say we're even more dangerous. And I think Canada is even in more danger than all of them. Even more than America. And I'll tell you why. First of all, let's look at the difference between leadership and fraudulent leadership. Donald Trump, I'm not saying he's perfect. I agree with him more on domestic issues than international issues. I think he should stop being so cozy with the Zionists out there in Israel and the Saudi Arabian pigs out there. Stop trying to bully Iran. But on a whole, he is better than most presidents of the United States. He at least talks the talk. The rest of them didn't even talk the anti-globalist, non-interventionist talk. They just were a bunch of interventionists. At least he tries to be talk the talk. But Donald Trump goes out and kills the ISIS leader. Now, that's acceptable because ISIS has killed many different innocent people in many countries that have nothing to do with the war on terrorism. I mean, ISIS went after in Canada. ISIS goes into Belgium. ISIS goes into Sweden. These are countries that really don't have any stake in the war on terror. I mean, Canada sent a couple people in Afghanistan after 9/11, but I mean, anybody would send people into the Middle East after 9/11. But Donald Trump kills the ISIS leader, and then you got someone like Justin the tacky-headed, tar-faced, swift-foot Matt Daddy Trudeau, who has welcomed ISIS terrorists into Canada. He has welcomed them in after they've gone into the Middle East. Canadian-born ISIS people, Canadians born in Canada who decide to go join ISIS, white, black, Muslim. These are not people from outside. These are people born in Canada. But he brings them back, and instead of facing justice, he thinks he can rehabilitate these people. Now, you can bring them back, but they need to either be shot, they need to be hanged, you throw them off a bridge, throw them off of Niagara Falls, do anything to them. But to bring them back, to think you can rehabilitate these people, when just the other day, they were willing to slit someone's throat, even if it were their own people. It could be a Canadian who they went to school with, or rode bicycles with, or were in the same incubator as babies. He was ready to slit their throat. And you think you can rehabilitate these people? And they come here I'm actually in the United States right now. You can notice I'm in the U.S. right now, reporting from America. But to go to Canada? And you think you're going to rehabilitate these people? And suppose they go there and they say, I will play the game. I'll pretend to be rehabilitated. And then when the time comes, I go on a train, I go on a bus, I go in a nightclub and kill a bunch of Canucks. Or I could cross the border, which maybe he wouldn't be allowed to. The border people would see his history and see that he was a part of ISIS. They wouldn't let him go in. But That's what we have. So I think Canucks are in even more trouble than they are than any of us. Because our leader accepts them in and thinks he can rehabilitate them. And do you think these individuals who were so loyal to ISIS, loyal enough to slit an innocent person's throat or go kill some innocent person in a bar or something, you think someone like that is going to take too kindly to al-Baghdadi being humiliated and murdered like that by the Americans? He's going to take it out on every single Canuck he can find. If he can't get to the Americans, he'll get to the next best thing. And they're easy targets. Canucks, they're easy. It's easy. A 2-year-old could terrorize Canada with the way we are. It's a sad state of affairs. I think we're in more danger than any of them. I think we are in more danger than the president of the United States, who goes into the middle of South Central Los Angeles with no Secret Service protection whatsoever and no bulletproof vest, with a sign that says, "Here I am, I'm Donald Trump, I'm going to deport every single Mexican I can find, make America great again, and damn niggers." We're in more danger than that. So I mean, this is where we're at right now. So the leader of ISIS is dead. This is a very big news day. We'll keep on the story, but I think Canada should declare a state of emergency or some state of heightened alert or something like that. I really, really think so. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. Mac Daddy's been reelected by you dumb Canucks, and I shouldn't be too hard because most Canucks didn't vote for the Mac Daddy. In fact, the Mac Daddy didn't even get the most votes out of all the parties. So I shouldn't be too harsh on Canucks. There are more Canucks that hate the Mac Daddy like I do than like him. That's a fact now. I've said that. I knew that was true. I said he was going to be reelected, though, and he has been. I know people. I know I'm able to. I'm very smart psychologically. I can read people. I can read where the country's going. More people hate the Mac Daddy, but he's still going to win. I said that. Y'all know I said it, right? Did y'all hear me say that? I knew it. So this is where we're at right now. Now he's got his Uncle Tom, Jagmeet Singh, who is on his knees begging to serve just an tacky-headed, tar-faced, swift-foot Mac Daddy Trudeau, being the pathetic individual that he is, Jagmeet Singh, the guy who says that he would be different and he would be tough and he's going to run with a turban. I don't care. I'm a rebel. But then now he's on his knees to the Mac Daddy. He is literally on his knees to the Mac Daddy. That is his slave right there. That is his Uncle Tom right there. Jagmeet Singh. Jagmeet Singh is sitting on the porch of the government, on Mr. Charlie's porch, Justin Ataki and Mac Daddy Trudeau's porch. Jagmeet Singh is sitting there and he's ready to shoot conservatives who cause trouble. That's what the Uncle Tom used to do. That's what the porch monkey used to do. He would shoot any slave that started any kind of problem on Mr. Charlie's plantation. So Jagmeet is sitting on Trudeau's plantation porch, and he's ready to kill us. He's ready to kill Arana Nation for causing trouble. So that's where we're at right now. So I don't think Canada's going to do anything. I don't even think the Canadian government is thinking of the problems, the danger that we're in right now. The ISIS leader has been killed, humiliated. We've just welcomed in a bunch of ISIS people. We haven't put them in any jail or put them on death row or tried to lobotomize them or anything like that. First of all, we gave $1 million or something to Omar Khadr, who killed a bunch of soldiers. So they're probably waiting for their paycheck. And now, and that's attracted even more terrorists. And they're just here festering and angry at the fact that their leader's been so humiliated by Trump and America. They're ready to start a riot. They're ready to shed blood. These people have more blood on their hands than a surgeon who's just completed open heart surgery. So they're ready. They're ready. They're absolutely ready. So we have to stay alert. And this is the